All right, now I will call the meeting to order of the Washington Bruce Romeo Parks and Recreation and Star Transportation Commission. It is Thursday, May 21st, 2026, and it's 6:34 p.m. Roll call? Oh, we got to do, sorry, let's do the pledge.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Now roll call.
Mr. Billick.
Here.
Mr. Karas.
Here.
Ms. Dembski.
Here.
Ms. Duda.
Here.
Ms. Gittard.
Here.
Everybody's here.
All right, adoption of the agenda. We do have to add the closed session. And that is, oh, it's already on.
It's there.
All right, you put it on. It's on the new one. I was looking at the wrong one, sorry.
Okay.
Claire, did you have any changes?
I did. We're going to take off the
H.
insurance. Yep. 8H.
8
He is going to come and
is
speak.
out completely?
Till next month.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
postponed until next month. And then I wasn't sure if we wanted to add fireworks. Which I care of it.
I can, fireworks policy.
It's, we could do it under G, policies.
Yeah, we could do it under G.
Gee.
Okay. Fireworks?
Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Is that it?
That's all I have.
I'll make a motion to adopt the consent, or I'm sorry, adopt the agenda with the changes discussed, eliminating item 8H.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Consent agenda. Anybody have any issues with the minutes, accounts receivable, or accounts payable?
For the minutes, I am listed in here, and I didn't come into play until F, because I wasn't here for that beginning
I
part.
thought I made that note. Hang on a minute.
Well, it says that what time I came in, but then it says I voted yes, but I wasn't here.
Oh,
Well, thank you.
oh, okay.
So 4, 5, anywhere up through D, I didn't vote because I wasn't here.
Wait a minute. 3,
So 3, 4, 5.
wait a minute. I'm sorry, I'm losing it here. Why don't I have that? Oh, that's the wrong one. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong minutes. That's why. Sorry. It's been a very long week. Okay.
Pam, do you recall which item you would have been first that you?
Yeah, I am back into play under 8.
I see.
F.
So that's correct. The reference to you in.
AF is correct. Anything before that is not correct.
Okay. All right, let me fix that. Hold on one second.
So consent.
Got it. 8F. Okay. All right, I got it. Okay. And then we have to add, in the packet, there were not the minutes for the closed session and the investment committee.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Can we wait or do we have to move 8A down until Donna arrives? She was
We
gonna,
can do them out of order, can't we?
Sure. Okay.
We'll just wait till she gets here. And if we rush.
I know, I'm gonna be very fast on my.
Okay, so do we have a motion on the consent agenda yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'll make a motion on the consent agenda to approve the regular minutes along with the changes discussed, taking out Pam Gettert prior to
Got it.
item whatever.
Okay.
And adding in the minutes for special meeting and investment committee. Also approving accounts payable. There is no physical treasurer's report included.
I'll second. Roll call, please.
Mr. Billick?
Yes.
Mr. Karas?
Yes.
Ms. Dembski?
Yes.
Ms. Duda?
Yes.
Ms. Gettert?
Yes.
Motion passes.
Legal counsel, Dan?
No legal report at this point.
Okay, thank you. Community comments? You awake, Tom? Community comments? Yeah. Please.
First of all, good evening, everyone. For the record, my name is Tom Matthews. I'm an alternate commissioner on the Parks and Rec Commission, and I'm the chairman of the CSCC committee. At the last meeting we had, under item 7, it said, Mr. Matthews spoke on behalf of the Citizens Social Connection Committee with a question of whether the Board of Commissioners would consider doing a survey in order to properly address the needs of the citizens by understanding the demographics, if you will, or other pertinent information. I took it upon myself to make assignments for each of the 7 members in the committee, including myself. And one of the assignments is to conduct analysis of demographic data based on SEMCOG. And I found that data and I assigned it to one of the team members so that we can understand how many people we have in different age groups and how many people live alone. Something we need to know if we're going to start working with this committee in a way that's substantive. But I would like to say for the record that I assigned Clara to be in charge of this survey. So is that correct, Clara? Did you see it? Yeah.
I just wrote down, I need to look and see what my assignment was. Yes. Sorry.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to embarrass you.
No, you're fine. I feel bad because it is something that
Yeah.
is
Well,
waiting for me to jump into.
What I did, I made a Word document, has a chart in it. It shows the name, the assignment, and any ancillary comments. So that we can be explicit as we go through our work, and there's no... Now, just for the record, I want to share something with you. I think you'll find this interesting. Coming from an engineering environment, I'm a firm believer in understanding procedures and actions, and specific based on factual evidence. So I worked with Tracy Smith. She's the CEO of Macomb County Community Mental Health. I met with her on April the 24th, asked for her support, and as a result, Dr. Agnes Ward, who is the Chief Clinical Officer of Macomb County Community Mental Health, she's a psychologist, doctor of psychology. She is coming to our June meeting thus far in this room, in this building, to share with us her insights about social isolation, loneliness, what we can do, what we should do, so forth. So it's the meeting is the entire meeting of our team. That's the only subject. It's about a 45-minute presentation with 15 minutes question and answer. So if you'd like to join us, you're more than welcome. I think you'll learn something. And that's what we're trying to do, is educate ourselves so we know what steps and what recommendations we want to come back to the commission that are properly founded in scientific evidence and factual representation. Thank you very much.
All
right. Can you send us the date and time?
I'll send you the whole email. Would that be all right?
That too, yeah.
Okay, then you'll have an explicit account of what I shared with the team. And I have one other thing, I'm sorry to be lengthy. I believe in continuity of comments, and I'll explain what I mean by that. In several sessions, I asked questions or made comments about proposals I had suggested, only suggested. One of them was that we make some enhancements to the Aikman Park. Because as I mentioned, I found evidential data that those enhancements were displayed on the master plan, I think, from 2017 to 21 or whatever it was. And they were eliminated possibly because of the decisions of the prior township administration, I don't know. So I'd like to speak on behalf of that. I think it's something we can do, relatively inexpensive, and that park is on the Orchard, or Macomb County Orchard Trail, so it would make sense to, in fact, if you look at the trail from south of 26 up to 32 Mile, there's really no stopping point, if you will, to do something, like a bathroom or a park bench or a volleyball court or something. Again, just suggestions. You're running the show. I'm just making this suggestion.
Haven't we already addressed that, Clara? We already talked about that?
Yes.
I think our last meeting.
I'm sorry?
I think we already talked about that in our last meeting.
With the-
We're going to move some picnic tables
Picnic
and
tables.
stuff over
Oh,
there.
okay, I'm sorry. I must have missed that, or I wasn't
Yeah.
here. Or,
Yeah, and we just received, we're going to be rotating picnic tables from Parks because
Yeah.
we just received our new ones for the pavilion. So
Right.
it is underway. It
Yeah.
might not be,
And for the record, let's get some visibility on it. Maybe we can put that a little segment in the One Source magazine for the citizens to know that we're,
Or a sign on the trail that says,
go here.
yeah.
Yeah, well, the one
Check it
source
out.
is being printed right now, so, but yes, we can do
all right,
Facebook.
thank you very
and
much. Thank you all.
Thanks, Tom.
Flyer.
Would you add me to that email too, please? Yeah.
Okay, Speedy, you're up.
So, speaking,
8B.
so 8B, okay, Gilcher Pavilion, inside you'll see pictures, as Bob calls them. But I put pictures just in case you haven't had a chance to go out there or seen it. It's great. We feel that the pavilion is great. We did have some pooling or puddles on the pavilion, so, or on the floor of the pavilion. So what we did is talk to the contractor, and he took off part of an edge around, just a few inches around, so that it comes underneath the actual end of the roof. And that seems to have worked. So, I mean, it's still going to be damp, and there might be more wetness than you would want if you're the one having a party there, but no matter what, I feel like it's going to work. But you can kind of see in the one picture that it actually went to the center. This was before it was fixed. But that's because, however, the level or it's too flat is what they had told us. But like I said, our picnic tables are in and we have reservations already made. So
Nice.
I can't say the grass is growing, but it's prepping to grow and we're good. So people are excited about it. We've heard many great comments about it. So
That's awesome.
that is good. Moving on to the next thing.
Next page is the overhang.
8C, star parking and overhang.
Page?
The, I don't know that I have the pictures, but I can tell you about it if you have the pictures.
Yeah, it's on the next page.
Everything is set. I put pictures, the cement that is in front of the barn that was removed, it was in very bad condition. That's all situated, the parking lot and where the overhang will go. We're already parking in those spots. And then we have additional parking that goes to the north. Drivers love it. It's going to be a good addition to, oh, thank you. A nice addition that goes through. Instead of adding additional fence between the two parking lots, we're going to use the bumper blocks. Might leave one spot open because the star drivers like the circle to try to get out there. So we'll see. I'm going to kind of analyze that, so. But
They fix that
all in
water
all,
line?
I'm sorry?
They fix that water line?
Yeah, we had the water line. They hid the water line. Well,
Well, it had
It's
to
not
be.
an official
had to be-
water
had to be-
line.
No,
Right.
yeah.
it had to be moved because otherwise it would have been underneath.
Yeah. So that is situated. Now we are waiting for the overhang. We still have no kit or the company who built that. The easiest thing for us to do would be buy from them. But I guess they're not very easy to work with, according to Brent. So I'll bring you back news as we get news on that. Otherwise, we might just have to go out to bid again, or there's not a lot of overhang companies, so even, well, yeah, it's going to be expensive enough, so we'll have to go to bid. But
Crystal Diamonds.
Crystal Diamonds. So North Macomb Community Youth Soccer, they have put out the bid. They had talked to, or are in the process right now. There are 4 different companies, local area companies that came, went to the meeting. They're looking at that. The cost is going to be about $110,000, but they have it and they're paying for it. So I'm like, okay. The county, once the electrician is built, they just want us to send the paperwork and their insurance so that they can check it, and then we'll be good to go. I did tell him that we have an electric panel out there, so they could add to that, but I think they're going to just add an additional panel on their own. So that is what's happening with that, and that would probably start towards the end of June, if not into July.
Okay.
And then just while we're on Crystal Diamonds, I'm just going to add a little, quick little thing. We walked around the ball diamonds, and we have drain tiles back there, but one of the water drains had a sink in, so there must be a crack, kind of like at Bruce when we handled that situation. So that is something I'm looking at, just so you're aware. We do have it marked off with caution tape, so. But that's all for that. And then 8E, our yearly audit, is underway. We did meet with Plant Moran, Berna, myself, Ashley, and then we have a new representative who's been assigned to us. I can't quite remember her name at this point, but it's underway and it'll start next week. And I think Berna's pretty set with everything that Ashley has asked for. And I signed, or electronically signed, so we're ready to go. That's all I have on that. Look how fast I'm going. 8.
Doing good.
8F interlocal update. So last night, the interlocal went to both townships, and it was approved. They would like the option B. And then, so we have to figure out where we're going to go with that.
That would be Mr. Dan,
And then,
right?
well, would it be their lawyer who would take the interlocal and update that?
Oh, it would be.
I mean, yes, because it's the
Right.
townships.
Yeah.
But we have proposed text.
Yes,
Okay. So we'll just make sure that
they
they
do that.
get on it.
Yeah, and their lawyer was, or Washington's lawyer was there last night, so.
Okay.
And then they accepted John Karas.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Congratulations to us.
Yes,
We don't want to lose
exactly,
him.
exactly. So policies, HR has developed two of the many policies that will be coming at you, but there is the complaint policy, if we want to look at that first. What this does is it gives if an employee is having an issue, now they will go to, wait, I have to look at something really quick. Did I mess them up?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so this is for the employee. and the steps that they'll follow if they have an issue and how they could make a complaint and what really you should use this for complaining about. I can go through each one, but it gives, if something is happening or an employee feels that they're not being treated right or something is not being handled correctly, they have a place to go and we have a procedure to follow.
Good.
I have a question on that, just as it relates to whether there's a current expectation of progressive discipline or whether the current employees are at will, because there is a difference with respect to that. And, so I just want to make, I don't know the answer as to whether there's any specific employment agreements or representations with respect to a employee who's not performing, because to the extent that you adopt a progressive policy, then that is the policy that you would have to follow rather than an at-will scenario where either party, for any reason or no reason, can elect to terminate the employee relationship.
So from what I understand, we are at-will employees. So are you, oh, sorry.
I was going to say, I do think there are some policies in the current handbook, but that's being looked at currently and revised, so I don't really, I almost wish the HR company was here to report on that, because I feel like it's a bit up in the air at the moment where we're at with the handbook as a whole, because we haven't put anything into place, so I would assume we have to go with the policies that are in the existing handbook, and there is a complaint policy in there, but this would supersede, right? We would, or this particular, if we adopted this complaint policy, it would be sort of an addendum to that.
It would,
handbook,
absent
correct?
there being something else it's, the current consultant on the HR policy, maybe he's already looked at that issue, but otherwise, I think, needs to understand and evaluate what currently exists and whether or not this proposal modifies or changes that, as it relates to potentially current employees' expectations regarding what you say may be in the policy.
Yes.
But I think you need to be careful on that and have that recommendation with the context of what already is in place. And to the extent that the commission wishes to move to a progressive, that's the commission's option, but I want you to do it mindful of what the current status is.
And I think this, just looking at it from the complaint standpoint,
Yeah.
I like this policy better than what I've seen in the previous handbook, only because it's a little more detailed and
Right.
it's more current and up to date. But I have the same concern that Dan does in relationship to the disciplinary, progressive discipline policy process, which, so I have no issue whatsoever with the complaint procedure, but the progressive discipline policy, that was the question I was going to ask, is does this put us in a place where now we have to follow this plan every single time there's an issue? And I know it does say at the bottom that, we don't have to, but I feel like it just opens up the door for
Yeah,
so
for-
many
I
issues.
think you have to. If you do it for one, you got to do it for everybody.
Right.
Yeah. And
Which is, again, I think, just my own personal experiences have been, if you, I think you have more liability, if you will, if you don't have a progressive discipline policy. What do you think, Dan?
I think it depends on the circumstance.
Okay.
But, and certainly, there's employee relationships that do have that, and that's fine. Sometimes they're negotiated. Certainly in the context of collective bargaining, that's often the case. But absent that, then the starting point that the commission should consider is it at will? And if it's at will, it's at will of either party. And policies can change the expectation with respect to that relationship, is
Right.
what the case law says. So I just want, you need to be mindful of that to the extent that you decide to adopt this policy or some other policy.
So with what Dan just said, I'm curious, and I think I have a little bit of background, but I don't know that everybody else does. Is there some reason specifically that the HR company is making the recommendation to make this change? Is it because
Well, I
you
asked them.
need some?
Yeah,
Okay.
I thought that out of the policies as they're moving forward, that if we move these policies up, there's a way for the staff to communicate their issues, and then there's a way for management
Yeah,
to handle the
Right.
issues. But I also don't want to block, or I'm not sure if this is the exact way to go. I mean, I know that we are, or I was told that we are at will, all of us are at will employees. So the jumping, she said, in my conversation, the conversation was that you could be at stage 2, and then if need be, you could jump to stage 5 or what have you. But I could see where, like, even when told that, I was like, well, how do you
make that.
explain that?
Right.
Or how do you make that? Then why have so many steps, was my thought process. But,
So I love the complaint procedure. I think that's important. I
Yes.
think that particular part, I would make a motion to approve that. I think as far as the progressive discipline policy, I feel like it needs some thought.
Wouldn't, but I guess my thing is, wouldn't these be part of the employee handbook?
Yes.
So why don't we wait until the employee handbook is completed to approve any of them?
well,
I think that's, Clara needs some tools, is
Okay.
what I'm gathering from
yeah,
it.
well, I would like to be able to handle, I don't know exactly when the handbook, and I can't complain because I realize how old it is, but now, I wasn't sure if each policy within the handbook, or if the handbook is just going to approve all at one time. So when I asked for these, so that I did have some tools, but I should finish my thought. When I asked for these, it was so that I did have that, because in my head, I thought we were going to be looking at different procedures and then putting them in the handbook, like we looked at the PTO. And so I wanted something here. The complaint is a good start, because at least there's somewhere to go besides commission members. And
You.
Do we have an idea when the new handbook is going to be completed, or a target?
yeah,
When it's gonna be done?
I do not have that date. I know that it's been worked on, and that Anna, one of the reps that we work with, did say they're working on another Parks and Recreation Department, so they're very similar, and they're using that
As
with both of
template.
us. Yeah. So, I can get that answer, though. But no.
You haven't voted on that motion. My expectation, is the intention that this applies also to Star Transportation? Because it only references human
Yes.
motion. So, maybe it
Yeah,
should
add
modify
that.
it.
So was your motion that we adopt the complaint and have some further information on the progressive discipline?
That would be my recommendation, especially since there have been some things that are coming up, and I feel like there should be a proper procedure that's followed. So I would like, my opinion would be to move forward with the complaint procedure, and then we can address maybe the disciplinary stuff. And I think it's important that we get an answer about
When
timing
handbook,
for the
yeah.
handbook as a whole, because it would be much easier probably to review the handbook as a whole. Although that would be a big job too, but, and I think maybe we can have some more thought and discussion about the discipline plan. I don't know what everybody else feels, but.
I agree.
Yeah, I think so too.
So, excuse me.
I'll second that. then.
Your motion is, sorry,
No, you, go ahead.
to approve the current policy, I mean, not the current policy, I'm sorry,
Complaint policy.
complaint policy,
Policy.
and table the progressive
Yes,
to the next meeting.
yes.
And I think finding out what the timing is on the
Right.
rest of the handbook will help us in some regards with that.
I'll second it.
Before you vote, I just, there is a reference to the appeal process, and it's not precise in my mind as it relates to who would be making the decision of that, should there be an appeal of the decision. And I guess I'm not super clear whether the initial decision maker is the director, which seems to make sense, but then the appeal, it says senior management, the commission, HR, or another impartial person. That is not very precise.
Should be narrowed down.
I think you
and
should
I would
pick
say the
one.
commission. Yeah.
I think she was probably trying to keep, yes.
I think it should be the commission.
Yeah.
Right.
Rather than HR or something.
Right.
And, you know, it doesn't have to be part of the policy, but does the commission wish to be notified to the extent that, periodically briefed that there is such a complaint process in place? That doesn't have to be part of the policy, but it could be something that you think would be of value, where you want to, clarify, hey, by the way, as part of it, we would like to be kept informed of that, so that you're not surprised.
I think the existing policy does indicate that we would be informed of any formal complaint that was filed. So it probably makes sense to add that language.
Yeah. We do.
Okay. Did you change your motion to that?
Yeah, I'll change the motion to adopt the complaint procedure and inserting language to notify the commission when a complaint is made, and that the commission will be responsible for the final review and decision.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Aye. Is updates.
Oh, wait, fireworks first, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
right.
Sorry.
The fireworks, sorry.
So,
What is that number?
Want me to do it?
yes.
Yeah,
Okay. Got a request, Bruce Township, for a fireworks display. And typically, the township is notified, subdivisions and anybody that wants to put on a fireworks display. Usually it's on private property, things like that. It goes to the township board, they approve it, the fire chief signs off on it. They provide the insurance certificate. It has to be a professional fireworks company, things like that. I noticed that in Bruce Township's board meeting last night, they approved for a fireworks display to be done at Crystal Diamonds. Nobody contacted.
I was going to say, without it,
No, nobody contacted Parks and Rec. And so I talked to our supervisor, and I talked to Claire and Lynn earlier. It doesn't appear that the date conflicts with anything that Parks and Rec has going on, so that's a good thing. However, I think we want to have a policy in place on this, as to what type of firework events, if any, from private organizations we would want to do. Now, we don't want to jeopardize anything. You know, we have the Labor Day fireworks that are the Pond Guy and Raw Horn Electric and Blue Water Trucking pay for every year. But that's a Parks and Rec event that's done there. This is not a Parks and Rec event. So I don't know that we want to continue, you know, after this one's kind of already done, so a little late to change anything. But if in the future we want to look at some sort of a policy regarding use of park facilities for such events. This one happens to be for a grand opening event of a business, and I mean, I don't know. You know, it's something I think we need to think about. I don't see that it would get out of hand, but, you know, you never know, you know. And, you know, it's a great advertising event and stuff like that, but, and I'm sure that it's open to everyone as well. But, yeah, so.
So we did speak, we're in discussion as this came up. We looked at it if this was going to happen because we would charge for
Cleanup.
the cleanup
So
or anything that happens there. We were going to use our tournament fee when we have a softball tournament or a soccer tournament. Would be $1,000 is what they would pay, and that. But if they need, depending on the
porta potties and stuff like
additional,
that.
our porta potties are already there, so with that $1,000, we would pay for the extra cleaning, so they're ready for our play when Monday rolls around. But that is our thought if.
Yeah. So we want to think about putting together a policy on that kind of stuff.
Through the chair, you already referenced insurance, but obviously insurance would be important.
Well, yeah, the insurance that they carry, you know, for the, yes. And that's through the company that puts it on, you know, the fireworks company.
Right. But you probably, in your, you want both the commission, because probably the townships are going to be named as an additional insured, but you want the commission and Star Transportation also named as additional insureds on any policy.
Okay, yeah. So we add that into the cost structure. Yes. Yeah. We have Parks and Rec has one Labor Day weekend put on by, oh, yeah. Don't you read the one source, man.
We've had them here, too.
My back is killing me. I'm not that far behind you. So anyway, that was what we had on policies, right? Now it's I.
Well,
No, I'm sorry.
No? Now it's I?
Aye. Aye, yes.
I do have a quick question
Sure.
about, so, my understanding is Washington Township, do they have some kind of ordinance or something against it being done here?
Well, we have had them here,
Yeah,
but I know the fire department is not fond of it being here. So,
Okay.
but I don't know if there's a true ordinance for,
When it does fall, just like it did in Bruce Township, I mean, our fire chief had to sign off on it.
yeah.
You know, obviously, this park here is very close to residents,
yeah.
you know, and, I
But
mean,
they did used to do it.
yeah.
I remember.
And I mean, you know, that part of it is whether or not they can do it is kind of up to the township, since typically the parks are owned by them. In the case of Crystal Diamonds, that's owned by the county. And, you know, we just have a use agreement, lease agreement, whatever it is, with them. Like it's the lease agreement.
So would each park be different, I guess, is what I'm trying to
Could be.
figure out?
Could be, yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
there could very well be an ordinance. Some communities do, there's certain state law preemption where ordinances can't preclude fireworks on certain specified days, but on other days, governmental entities can pass ordinances restricting fireworks.
Okay. So it might be complicated, maybe.
a little bit, that's why
Yeah.
we have an attorney.
Yeah.
And Phyllis?
Now, I just have a question. So is someone going to be directed to develop that policy? Is my question.
That's a good question. All right, I'll work on it. Bob.
8I.
8I.
Updates. So I think maybe I've introduced Lauren Carrier. She
Wondered who that was.
is going to be, or is, my new assistant who's going to help me.
About time.
I know, well, I had to wait for.
Let me scratch that off
I
your
just said the
review.
I know. But there was a madness to my method here, so I had to wait to see where everything fell, and Lauren fell right in my lap, so. Perfect. So, and what is good about this is currently, she programs all of our top programs and our youth enrichment programs. However, we did, and she's going to continue right now for the summer to get through this, because we did hire our full-time staff for programming. So then we will ease programs over to the new full-time programmer, and then Lauren, when Phyllis goes south, Lauren will...
Exactly, what do you mean by that?
Lauren will take the minute, or, take the minutes, and this way, kind of get caught up. Right now, she's going through and making cliff notes of the minutes that we have for the last couple of years, so when a question is asked, I can just quick look through it, and so can you. And then just kind of moving through the development phases. So I'm excited, and she's excited.
Yeah, good.
Great.
Congratulations.
Now, what are her hours or times? Or?
Well, there's not a set hours. I mean, she is we'll work through that.
Okay.
And it's
She is
okay.
full-time, though?
No, currently she's part-time. And as we go forward, we know that, well, one of the things that she does right now is she is actually our, her and I work on Rec Track, and we're the problem solvers. So she'll become the lead problem solver. She probably already is right now anyways, but for the front office to get the system running correctly and stuff. So that alone will save a lot of time on my part. But plus, not to take it, she does a million other things. So, and
She have a job description and a title?
she has one that is working in progress. So we've been meeting and we've been going over, a general one we have, but not specific. So that is being created.
Sure. Great.
So I'm very excited about that. And then senior center, we just hired another person to fill the spot for our cards and games. So, because one of our staff had left earlier, so we're just kind of filling and making sure we're moving forward. And then, as far as the server has been ordered, thank you. Right after our meeting last time, we had a chaotic about 3 days that we need our new server. So there's 4 connections in the back, and only one of them was working, so everything was very slow and, everything that had to be done. But D2 did work through, and they put additional Band-Aids on it, so everything, knock on wood, has been working. Well, we had a little hiccup this morning, but all's good. When we have storms go through, it seems like that is making things go haywire a little bit. But our new server will be here in July. So.
Cool.
And then one source will be mailed out next Tuesday. And currently, we did send the digital copy, which probably you all received.
Yes.
And our registration is going good, so.
Cool. Now, we can go back to 8A, which would be you.
Hi.
Okay, so Clara and Michelle and John and I have been on a fact-finding mission. There are just lots of aspects to this project. So looking at, so from all the work that we've done, I put together this proposed resolution that these guys reviewed. So I'd like to just go past the resolution really quick and just go sort of to what we found out. So on the second page, there's this phasing schedule and budget. So just kind of the understanding of the project, that there's 5 phases. Back quite a bit.
Almost to the beginning.
Back.
Oh, not that far.
Here we go.
Keep going.
Past
Yeah.
all that. And then,
Right there.
right,
This
One
ne-
more,
And then the
one
next
more.
page, please.
There
Thank
you
you. That there's 5 phases, and we know varying amounts of information about each phase. So the first one is completed, which was the building was relocated. That's done. And that cost total of $231,500, and our share of that cost was $7,500 for the topographic survey. And then phase 2, which is what we're looking at tonight, is getting the building accessible and weather-tight by the end of the year. And these are all the different things in play that we'll go into more detail about that. But we did our best to isolate in that phase 2 everything that's needed just to get the building weather-tight and to implement the 4-County Community Foundation grant. And then phase 3, which is really small, are some of the more cosmetic things that are left over, the cupola, the, facings on the basement, out exterior walls, et cetera. And that's kind of, we probably will know more about that later. And then phase 4 is park access, and this is the $150,000 that we've already allocated in our budget, which is like getting the parking in and getting access to the building. And as part of that, too, the township is in the process of putting in a side path along 31 Mile Road. And then phase 5, which I just put through some round numbers in there that added up to $1 million, is actually building out the whole park. And so included in here is some work that Washington Township did with students to draw up some plans. At the same time, Craig Bryant at the high school has been working with students to draw up plans. And so at this point, to get to that point, we would need to come to the point where we actually have an engineered plan for the whole site and things costed out. So I think, I think we all understand, we set that aside for now and we just get the building done. And then if you look further on the next pages, you can feel free to, I've summarized all of the costs in here, and these are the costs that were in that Microsoft project spreadsheet that Craig provided for us. I've just kept those same numbers. I've added in where new information has come in. The third column over is the 4-County Community Foundation grant. So I put those numbers in there, which are what the grant is supposed to pay for. But in some cases, the estimate for the whole job was more than the grant, so I put the difference into our column. So that is where, so if we go back to the first page with the proposed resolution, just wanted to show you where the numbers came from. So what, this is a really, really detailed resolution, so you may decide to take bits and pieces of it, I don't know. But first of all, to approve the funding and the moving forward with various components of the project, and then to authorize Clara, who we will continue to consult as a committee, to approve like the selection of contractors, materials, and finishes prior to moving forward. So not having to come to the commission every time we have to pick like a roof color or this or that. And then to pay those invoices for the individual scope items. So proposing to allocate funding and the authorization to proceed with the lead abatement. Now, I've included both of the bids, the BDS bid for $22,375, and also the GFL bid for $14,000. We still need more information of those. So I was going to ask you to approve not to exceed the $22,375. Maybe with more information, we would go with the $14,000 one. I actually think the $22,375 is more complete. It kind of looks to me like the $14,000 was. We'll do some stuff, but we might need to do more stuff.
Right, yeah, there was a lot of
Yeah.
ifs in there.
Yeah, so I was going to do a couple, I was talking to Craig, and I was going to make a couple of phone calls, if it's okay to proceed, and kind of get that information, and then go ahead and make that selection through our committee. So asking for approval of not to exceed for the higher amount, approval of the $5,300, or has that already been approved, to pay the invoices to Washington Township for the utility connections, and then not to exceed $16,720 for all of the remaining expenses that are not covered by the Fort County Community Foundation grant. And I've verbally listed what those are. That includes some parts that aren't part of the grant, which is the front door restoration, the window installation, and then the remaining costs for the siding and the other items that are covered by the grant. And then to authorize to proceed with Washington Township completing the utility connections, which are also like the gas and water to the basement, installing the donated metal roof, which John and I talked about this earlier today. Craig says they do metal roofs, and he's gonna get us samples. So installation of the donated HVAC system, and then installation of the donated rough and finished electrical work and fixtures, and then to implement the scope items funded by the grant. So those are the items included in the resolution. It's interesting to have so many parties involved, but there has to be to me, there has to be one point where you say, go, no go, and I'm assuming that's us. So this assumes that's us.
Yes.
So anyway, thoughts?
In looking at, the one thing here about authorizing, the director in consultation with the committee to approve the selection of contractors, materials, finishes, I'm assuming that we would be utilizing our engineering firm that we use for every project?
So far, they are not in the picture. They're like the one party that's missing.
Or do we, if we're going to let contracts out for this, that Parks and Rec is going to be responsible for, I would like it to be done through them like they've been doing on all of our other projects. Because they vet the contractors, they know the contractors, they, their engineer, Brent is great to a great resource. What are your thoughts?
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah,
I mean, right
How
now.
much would the cost increase, do you think,
well,
by doing
Depends
it?
on what we ask, right?
Usually,
for the,
their fee is roughly 10% of the contract.
Okay.
they did price out before to give us a park design. But is that what you mean, like?
No,
park
what I
design or
mean,
just the
what I'm
contract?
talking about is like, selection of contractors. I mean, they know who to use and, things like that. So I just, my suggestion would be, and it's fine the way it's written. I guess it's just my,
Using Brent.
yeah, I mean, my
Include-
recommendation to you as being the person that's gonna, would be to utilize
Oh,
them.
yeah.
To have them vet and this is also an interesting thing, these contracts are Craig with the school, doing these, I mean, I would
Oh.
like us to sort of isolate this piece of it. It's already going down this road. These are people who are donating services,
Okay,
and I think if we could loop in our consultant,
yeah, okay, that would be, yeah.
let's find out who's actually signing off on these contracts. I'm assuming that is Craig as part of the school district.
So what, are we gonna have a contract with the school?
Well, I'm a bit confused, because isn't Sam using somebody right
For
now?
the
Kind of.
design?
I thought somebody was sort of included in on some of the discussions.
Well, Giffords has been with Thornton, or Mike Kozak has been
Okay.
included in the meetings.
Okay.
And I know that the design was done by the student, and that design was taken and made, juged, I don't know whatever
Yeah.
word to use, but, making sure that it was going to work.
Well,
So
I mean, all that needs to be revetted. I
Yeah.
mean, that final design,
it's the,
yeah, they drew up what the students proposed. Is my
gotcha.
understanding.
So then, yes, we would need further. We would need, but probably at this point, it would be Giffel Webster or using Brent and their firm as opposed to Kayla.
Right.
Okay.
So if like the roofing company is donating the roof, there's got to be some sort of,
Well, we would give, they would, if they're donating it, I guess we would pay them to put it on.
Yeah.
no, they're donating the installation also.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, well,
But what the question is, every time I think I understand this, then all of a sudden I don't again. Who is signing off on that? Are we, or Washington Township? So that's getting back with
well, it's
Craig.
Washington Township's property.
Yeah,
I would assume that their building inspector would be the,
Sorry, I'm over talking.
oh, no, go ahead.
No, in that meeting, my understanding was, is it's been turned over to us.
Yeah.
That's kind of that's what I. took
Michelle, can
away.
you speak up?
I'm sorry. In the meeting that we had
No, that's
with
better.
Donna, myself, Sam, Clara, my understanding is they are walking away from the project and turning it over to us. Am I correct? I mean, was that your take of it?
my understanding is that Sam was happy to hand us the responsibility
Yes,
for making the decisions.
correct. That was my take too, and John, sorry,
agree.
and John was there too. I'm sorry, that was my take.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
So the question about, though, who actually holds the contracts and who accepts the donation, that should be us and not
Us.
the school district. Now, the school district has the money from Fort County. It's not I thought it was a reimbursement grant, but it's not. They just, with a lump sum of money, gave it to the school district. And then the school district is going to be paying for certain items.
Very messy.
It's a
Yeah, very.
Yeah.
But he did say that the business office was willing to work with us. So,
I guess it would be important to get a lot of these things in writing, like from Sam, that, you know, I'm turning over decision-making on this project to you guys from the school district, you know, because you know, and again, they're a crucial part of the whole project, and I don't want to take anything away from them. But I also, you know, I don't know, it's kind of a weird situation when you've got this donated stuff, but you're going to have a contract for donated work and materials and, you know, things like that. But
yeah,
I understand we need to have that.
pretty loosey-goosey, actually. Do you want to include in the resolution to, like, maybe take this information and have both Sam sign off on it and the business office of the school to sign off on it?
Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea.
So, like, if you were to approve this resolution, we would need to, those would be action items before anything could proceed.
What do you think, Dan?
I think that's good. You might even want more clarity from the township as it relates to allowing future decisions or the scope of what decisions are being allocated, so that it's crystal clear, so that you're not undertaking projects that are going to be at a minimum criticized or,
Right,
or
right.
You know, somebody say you didn't have the authority to undertake that task.
Right.
And so I think that that needs to be fleshed out as it, you know, the parameters of that authority need to be very clear, I think.
Wouldn't it make sense to have one purposeful meeting with all the players in it at the same time?
Well, we've been doing that.
Well, and that's the committee that's, I mean,
Yeah.
that's kind of their job.
I also.
Yeah.
If we were to do a minimum, and that would be to approve the lead abatement, and then that would be our
Yeah,
contract.
we do need to get that
So,
going.
and maybe the invoices for the utility connections, and then the rest of it may just have to wait.
I thought we did the utility
You did.
connections last
Yeah.
month.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, I was going to tell you after.
all right.
Phyllis, you got something?
Well, I think my suggestion would be for Donna or somebody, or the whole committee, to talk to Mike Kozak, because my guess is that he's got a pretty good handle on this, and they may even be already paying him to do some of the preliminary work. Yes.
Sam never.
If he's been in on all the meetings, he
Yes,
doesn't usually do that for free.
Yeah, somebody's paying them.
Yeah.
So I would see
Just
where
make sure
he's
it's not
at.
us.
Right.
Right, and then if he's already making some of these decisions, let's use them.
So I'm going to suggest that we approve the lead abatement and then table everything else. And then maybe our committee should meet just as our committee without all the other parties. And then there's more work to be done, and we need to sort of divvy up the work of talking to people and bringing it all together. And then sort of see the township sign off on us making these decisions and the selections, and get a firm agreement from Craig or whoever his authority is that we are the responsible party.
Yep.
I like that.
Yeah. And now the actual Thorrington meetings are one time a month, the first Thursday of the month.
I think they need to be, I mean,
More often. Well, they were
Yeah.
but then they didn't happen. Or, you know, I
Yeah.
come to them. So then it switched, but we, for
We-
sure. But when we're talking about all the parties, with the exception of the financial officer at the schools, because they weren't involved, but all the parties normally came to that meeting. Well,
maybe the four of us could get together next week and
That'd be great.
really work out what the next steps are.
Yeah.
And, okay.
Appreciate the work. You guys did a fantastic job on this so far.
We made a lot of progress on understanding it, even though we still
Sure
don't
does,
understand it.
you know?
Yeah.
All right.
So do you want us to make a motion now to approve that abatement?
I suggest that you do.
Yes. So I'd like to make a motion for the tune of $22,375 as the cost for the lead abatement, for us to pay for that. The Parks and Rec Commission to cover that cost, to move forward with the project.
I'll second.
Roll call, Phyllis?
Mr. Billick,
Yes.
Mr. Karas,
Yes.
Ms. Duda,
Yes.
Ms. Dembski,
Yes.
and Ms. Getter.
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right. And then we're directed to the committee to move ahead, get those agreements and bring it all back to y'all.
Yes. Thank you, guys. That's fantastic.
Yes.
Donna. She's
Man,
amazing.
you guys do some good work, I'll tell you.
I know.
Amazing.
She does, like,
Amazing they're
Amazing
unemployed,
work.
you know? Unfinished business, Washington Agreement.
so, nothing at this point.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I don't believe we brought it to the board.
And Romeo Community Schools, we don't have anything else?
No new update.
No update, cool.
We did reach out, though.
Yeah.
So he's aware, and
Yeah, he promised that before he leaves,
he's going to meet with us.
we're gonna have something.
Yeah. I
Definitely,
don't know that
maybe.
there was a promise, sort of promise, but that we'd meet again.
At least make the new
Yeah,
person,
yes.
bring them up to speed. Okay, at this point, we want to go into closed session.
Yeah.
May make a
I'll
motion.
make a motion that we go into closed session to discuss the director's evaluation.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You need a roll call for that.
Oh, roll call?
Ms. Getter,
Yes.
Ms. Duda,
Yes.
Ms. Dembski,
Yes.
Mr. Karas,
Yes.
Mr. Billick.
Yes. All right, number 11, new business. Anybody have any new business?
Did you motion to close the closed session?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
Okay,
Pam did.
I motioned it.
Yep.
Yeah, I've got
Bob
it.
seconded it.
you got it? Okay.
And there's no community out there unless you have something, Donna? So, and commission comments. You're done?
Great
Nothing
job on
today.
the one source, I'll
Yeah.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mail Tuesday.
Yeah. Karina, is that right?
Yeah,
She seems to be doing a really good job.
she does.
so.
Outstanding.
Yeah, and I just want to thank all of you guys on the, you know, you guys are making it easy on me and Clara and everything. So I appreciate it. Donna, thank you for all you do.
Yes.
Yes.
Great.
Nothing really, except just a shout out to Donna. She's doing an amazing job. I was in that meeting and it was amazing. She really took charge and really asked some hard questions from Sam and all of it. It was great to just be involved in that meeting. Thank you.
And
I'm
I,
sad I missed it.
and I will say, your spreadsheet is so beautiful.
I know. All her documents.
I appreciate that, so. That's it.
All right. We want to make a motion to
Motion
adjourn
to
this?
adjourn.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Anybody ever say no?